First, I want to I thank Arlen for the healing work that he did with me in the video that will be uploaded, finish uploading in the next hour or so. And then because it seems right to ask Arlen for the tarot cards today, to pick the tarot cards. Seeing that I think it was 2 days ago that I asked the universe to pick the card, and the universe picked the universe card, which that's, I think, the third time that that's happened. But the card that Arlen picked for us today, and there's two cards, but one of them is the Moon card, which is the 18, Major Arcana 18. So the moon. The moon is related to the astrological sign of Pisces. And it's related to beliefs, dreams, the subconscious, spirituality, and collectives. It makes it much more interesting having already listened and watched the video that Arlen made as a healing process for me, that by doing it for me, he was doing it for the world. So those of you that watch it will find quite possibly a new method of just clearing things. With minimum effort and maximum result. 18, the moon, Major Arcana 18, 8 and 1 add up to 9, so the number 9 is related to the moon. And 9 has to do with observation, personal responsibility, collective growth, expansion, and clarity, which is what we're all going through right now. Especially, this is day 5 of the 10 days of galactic activation portals, where these portals are opened from the galaxy, and these galactic energies are streaming in through our crown chakra, through our nerve system, all the way through our bodies, activating a deeper level of our soul self. So we're halfway through the 10 days activation process of our soul self. And some are probably finding it a bit challenging. Others are just finding it rewarding. Some are finding it challenging and rewarding. I would be one of those, challenging and rewarding. So the key words related to Major Arcana 18 are strange wisdom, uncertainty, exploration, internal shadows. This again works very well with the earlier video. Confrontation, fantasy and reality, dreams, illusion, embracing inner wildness, cycles, growth and discovery, exploration, introspection, reflection, surrender, instinct, ferocity, freedom from convention, and distance. So, this goes very well with the healing video that Arlen did earlier. We've rediscovered ourselves, reclaimed our future, and now move forward, eager to pursue those remembered dreams. Just as we slip into the shadows, our newfound starlight grows dim. Even if we know where we want to end up, sometimes the path can grow murky and we can get lost along the way. As the pale light of the moon strips the world of color and twists our grasp on reality, our most fantastical visions and deepest fears reveal themselves in the darkening shadows. We must rely on our intuition, our sense of wisdom and truth, to help us remember who we are, to keep us from getting too caught up in what ifs. The mind's perceptions become clouded by the heart's fears, and as emotion takes over, we stumble, consider, work overtime to see clearly, even as we crave surrender, even as we long to just run free. We have so few opportunities to completely succumb to our wildness, to go feral, to allow instinct to take over, and in giving ourselves permission to explore this untamed part of ourselves, in honoring our impulses and running barefoot through the forest and screaming at the sky, we make fierceness a part of our natural cycle. We acknowledge the need for release, fantasy, illumination. We recognize that tension and friction are not inherently bad things, and that discomfort can help us understand our own needs and desires with sharp new clarity. This dance between dreams and reality, this odd and otherworldly exploration, this diving into our own subconscious, which is exactly what I feel the video, the healing video with Arlen was about, going into the basement, the subconscious, and seeing what kinds of wildness dwell within us are all part of the peculiar, abstract, cyclical strangeness of the moon. Combining our natural cycles with the many layers of our own subconscious, the moon is a card of enigmatic awareness, initiating moments when we release expectation and simply move through dreams and fantasies with nothing but our impulses. We see where our mind leads us when we stop controlling it, where our imagination can expand to without any boundaries or restrictions. This can sometimes bring fear or anxiety, a concern that we will get too lost in the shadows to find our way back to reality. And indeed, the moon can be associated with a feral fierceness, the kind of authenticity that isn't pretty or subdued. But in acknowledging these more hidden parts of ourselves, we can learn to appreciate our shadows, our fears, our darkness, rather than smothering or hiding from them. By moving purely on instinct, by exploring that unrestrained unknown within us, we may find that the shifts and changes that we've endured now push us in new, brilliant directions. I felt that. The other card that was gifted to us today was the Nine of Wands. Again, the other added up to 9, so 9 is observation, personal responsibility, collective growth, expansion, and clarity. Wands are related to fire, the cleansing of the soul, passion, inspiration, creativity, drive, purpose, instinct associated with the soul. Key words are diminished energy, perseverance, overcoming obstacles, asking for help, and pressing forward. We've been going hard for so long, and we find ourselves slowing down, gasping for breath, nurturing our inner flames as best we can. One final challenge lies before us, a last difficult task to complete before we can cross the finish line. 4 more months, 4 more months. Just moving towards March 24th of 2025 as focused as we can be, clearing stuff as quickly as we can, opening up to that vision of what can be, what we can be as a human family when we all just support each other to change and become new and resolve the past and move into the future brightly. 4 more months. And in spite of our fatigue, in spite of our doubts, we press on. Perseverance is at war with weariness. And in knowing that we must tread carefully in trying to manage our energetic resources, we experience the exhaustion and exhilaration of the Nine of Wands. We're so close. There's many ways, there's many meanings to those words. We're so close. That big goal, that massive accomplishment is just within reach. And yet our work is not yet done. Our objective has not yet been reached. With the Nine of Wands, we start to come up against the limitations of who we are and discover unexpected boundaries around creativity, inspiration, and energy. Stamina is a powerful force, and perseverance can be a valuable asset. We've already accomplished so much and feel a certain amount of satisfaction in how far we've come, yet in this moment we are forced to slow down, to consider how we will overcome one final massive obstacle. We have to make a decision about how hard to push ourselves and examine how badly we want to reach our goal. There's a push-pull that lives within this card. A desire to finish strong, at war with a sense of self-preservation. A need for wisdom in pacing. 9 always speaks to the end of the cycle, to a change that is inevitable. Are we so focused on completing our tasks that we're willing to risk it all? Finding the right balance of drive and protection can be complicated, and if we're too dedicated to our original path, too fixated on a particular plan, we may miss opportunities to receive help, to make adjustments, to rest and heal before pressing on. Are we ready to be finished? Or are we so caught up in movement that the thought of completion feels unappealing? Within the Nine of Wands, we grapple with the natural tension between different versions of success. Is it more important to stand by our original vision or to care for our physical and emotional well-being? How much are we willing to sacrifice in order to finish our work? None of us are invincible, can survive without rest or support or encouragement, are capable of burning endlessly without consuming all of our resources. If we can recognize where something solid has slipped out of place, can interrogate and identify our own needs, are willing to make adjustments that will allow us to keep moving forward without breaking into pieces, we can still reach those big goals with enough energy to enjoy them. Thank you, thank you, thank you, Arlen, for those cards. May they serve us all well. Now must go.